they managed to keep the learnings going, find further chemistry, and get even better at working together as a team. And what a test this one should be. Optic Texas, no small task.
No, not at all. And Skyline's going to be a very fun map to kick things off with. I know a reputation that this is just a blitz of a map. You play at a lightning pace, but we saw in the first series, like, you can slow it down from time to time. We'll see how the meta develops. Is right now the development just for Big Wake to pick up all three and get the time.
I just love how everyone was the final fight there. Everyone's got their sidearms out. It was so intense. The opening gambit pays off for Boston Breaches. They find themselves with the opening time. Oh, Shutsy from the top rope. That is something you're going to see all year long.
Yeah, and just paying attention for those, the Codcaster does have a handful of bugs with it, so Kenny and Shotzi are going to be pretty difficult to keep track of in the kill feed, but yeah, you best believe when players flying off the top rope, Shotzi, the usual suspect.
Yeah, it's going to happen, folks. We'll do our very best to keep you guys filled in. As time, once again, remaining very much in the hands of the Optic boys off the rip. Purge, manning a screen. A man who's come under much criticism since he joined the league. What can he bring for us here in Black Ops 6? Over to P2 we go. Fun little hard point to play with here. Plenty ways in, plenty ways out. And so far, Optic seem to be in control. It's done. Now it's Breach.
Yeah, Breach actually handled that incredibly well. It was the double underground route getting taken, but they sniffed it out. Now Purge is sniffing out all the pressure. Uses the zip to get out of dodge, and Optic trying to swarm through the front, but for the moment, no open avenues of attack.
Nearly empty pockets. It's time to get in there, boys, and take care of them with nothing but direct eye contact. Ooh, Shotzi, out he goes, causing problems. Over to Cammy and Purge, still on the inside of the point. 30 to go. And there's the opening attack. Fred and Kenny on the pinch. Oh, doesn't get a whole lot. Awakening and Snoopy find theirs. So there you go. Shotzi, another bite at this one. Managing to catch one, two, looking for a third.
Yeah, so keep in mind, Kenny is actually Shotzi in the kill feed, so that's a Shotzi three-piece, and easy back. Best of luck this year, buddy. This is going to be ridiculous, because also Cammy is Purge in the kill feed, and then your mystery player for the Optic side of things, well, that is going to be your hidden Kenny player, so have fun keeping track of that.
We're just going to make it up. I'm just going to make up the stats this year, folks. There's another big old plot twist. Plot twist, once again, though, is Boston with a solid lead, now starting to evaporate away, starting to boil things alive here in the kitchen. And it's your boy Pred behind the counter, serving up a couple of shots. He's Dashy in the kill feed as well. Snoopy is awakening, and oh, what a day it's going to be.
Yeah, I love this position from Kenny as well. Gets one before he falls, but you see he just has complete access to everything on the map for his teammates except for the front, and that position makes his teammates' job so much easier. And now you're able to push the pace. Optic weren't working for the flip, but the second that opening is there, Shotzi floods through and at least gets his team that spawn. If you're Boston, you want this scrap time. Going to be a big 20 seconds to tie this game up.
After the kitchen, we go to bed. Not for a nap for the next hard point. Big Wake brought down. Dashy on the approach. Still plenty of members of Boston Breach here to deal with. Here comes Optic from upstairs. Nice work there from Pred. Trying to find these players on the backside of the hard point. That's it. Cleaned up. No problems here. As Boston have got a bit of an approach now. The attack towards the new hard point is going to be difficult. The spawns, there we go. All good for Optic there. They're on the right-hand side.
Yeah, they're just getting decimated, though. Now you got Dashy over by the hot tub. Pred in position as well, and where he's going to fall. Dashy can't pick him up. It's Killer Cam from the top rope there, able to take both of them down, and now it's up to the back line. Make sure you get the reinforcements in. So Boston, they push through the setup, and then they get to the front door, and it gets slammed in their face. A perfect hold so far for Optic Texas.
Ideal. Lead starting to grow. Next attack here from Boston Breach. Snoopy, what have you got? A little bit of back and forth. Dodges nades. Doesn't get a whole lot. Kenny there, the man to bring him down. Awakening next up to the plate. Will it be a swing or a miss? It looks like Dashy, he and the boys come on through. Clean house. And there again, Optic Texas, a magnificent bit of work in the showers.
Yeah, perfectly executed. I mean, not quite the perfect full 60 because there was maybe a second to contest time, but utterly flawless in that moment. And that's going to build themselves a nice little cushion. So now you can play a little bit at a slower pace, but Shotzi attempts to make the move. Every single player on Optic falls, and it's looking like P1 might be the biggest buffoon right now the Boston has.
It's the saving grace. They're back in it. Dossie trying to find the break alone. Does just that. Cleans up the trophy as well. Here comes the nade. Semtex, perfect spot to be in. Can he find any more? No, nice work there on the approach from Boston. A little bit of back and forth here on P1. Still plenty of time to go, as Boston still fighting firmly in this hard point of Skyline.
Oh, Pred, wow, that is timed perfectly. You get Kenny picking up the first 2 kills in the feed. That's just Pred's time to get active, and he doesn't get traded in the back, but you have, well, Shotzzy in the feed there to pick up the kill that Pred ended up dropping. So Optic, hey, might have gotten picked apart just a little bit on P1, but they convert the scrap time and the rotation win into P2. I mean, a couple little moments where Optic looking flawless on Skyline.
They didn't give up spawns once in that entire set of play. Damn, son! Shotzzy with a 2-5 spree right now. It was Kenny in the feed, but it's lies! Here comes another, as Shotzzy continues to be a problem for Boston. P2 now open for business, and Optic are putting in the work.
Yeah, it makes sense. Shotzzy is basically the sleeper agent, but if the gameplay is perfect, now we get to hear the reigning world champs comms.
No!
Go. You got it, John. Get one way. We got up. Nice.
There's two, boys.
I'm living.
You going right?
Hey,
Yeah,
go right. I have my zip. Just focus right.
I have one steps.
What's your front though?
They can jump by me.
I have it. I'm making
One guy top hall, Cammy. Top hall, one guy got through right. He's under point steps.
Shit on my
Further.
One steps.
That's white. I'm looking at it. He's not telling me white.
It's 100% white.
White awakening one shot.
There's the menu.
White awakening.
There's a thing there.
There's two out old.
Wait. You.
What's in the top hall? I think?
He's gonna be top man.
Get my drop in.
Hey, you.
I need one. What's on you?
Nice 3. Last guy.
Help in on you.
Last guy. There you.
Two, both of you.
Where they go?
I'm
dead. Alright, this time. Missing one.
I'm going down on me, Cammy.
This is good.
On top, Snoopy, laying down. Holding his
Alright, just live.
You're really weak, front bed.
I'm challenging.
Yeah, take my time.
Where's the top? Give me dead. I mean, I set down. I fire in top. Fire, you lay him out of this. Fire. Nice, you. Nice, good shit, bro.
Where's it?
I can get you right in. Nice, oh, yeah. Hold.
He's enter. Watch your auto, AJ.
I got it. You're good. Oh, yeah, you're good. Go. One shot. Nice.
I'm shot.
Alright, never you. Go close cars. Go. Lead that guy, bro.
I'll hold up.
I'm
I'll
leaving.
just carry.
I'm
one piano.
looking
One piano.
Look at
guys.
back.
I'm looking piano cross.
I remember.
back.
You awakening.
I can open.
They're like top bed.
Hey, what's on the back, by the way?
I'm with you.
Awakening P1.
I'm leaving you.
Give me 1 HP. There's two back bed.
Back at you. I got one there. I got her. Cameo. You go to Tom.
There.
Awaken a little bit.
I'm leaving you.
You might tell. You made Tom.
I'm going to
He's hiding Tom. I think, or a little bit.
Behind the buff.
I'm playing inside.
I can't see him.
You gotta get Tom.
Sure. Two going short.
I have it in front of you. Average small.
I'm holding short.
One guy catch 1 HP, Cammy.
Get my shot.
One's deep left.
I push.
Cammy's left.
We heard it all there, Chance, from Optic Texas. Patience, we heard praise, we heard it all. Great looks, and again, Shotzzy really fully streaked out. He has that Hellstorm to play with later.
Yeah, I mean, we've already watched one undeniable streak coming out for him, so he's building the montage resume straight from the jump. Absolutely no time wasted, but on this hill, now it's Pred going to be there to pick you apart. Boston actually had to bully their way through to get the rotation, and well, they get bullied back. Final 20 seconds. If Optic secure this, I mean, it'd be a cakewalk for them to finish off the game.
It's basically game, but it's not over yet. It's back to P1. That's what we saw Boston have a little bit of fun beforehand. Final 10 seconds here of this bathroom, and it is going to be all green. Awkward spawn situation right now. I wonder if Optic are aware of that. Again, Breach will be behind them for now. It's still number 5, Purge on the far left-hand side. Shotzzy, forget it, boys. Don't even worry about it. I'm going to make it rain. And here comes a big hit. A lot of information passed out. Couple of missiles. I mean, look, it's a mess. It's an absolute mess. He gets at least one member of Boston, but for now, it's not a problem. Shotzzy from down low. Boston with the top side of the map covered.
Oh, now we get to flank. Yeah, sorry, Purge. Welcome to the respawn game again. And I mean, just like that, Optic, full control of the map, full control of time. You even get Kenny blocking spawns, and he'll be in a power position to help you out. This might just be game.
Yeah, here we go. Right into the Semtex of Shotzzy. Awakening, done. Toast, cooked. Game, set. At least map 1. As this has been an absolute run from Optic Texas. Sprees across the board. It's all 4. As these boys have come out swinging. A champ's victory and a slight hiccup at EWC has not cost them their strength whatsoever. Game may not be over yet, but Pred, he's trying to close it out now.
Man, this is just a map where you feel the pain and feel the pressure. Getting it done on P1. Optic setting the absolute tone. And everything you wanted to see from this squad, well, you got it, and then some. Shotzzy again, a 10 spree plus there on that Skyline. That is incredible pace they were able to set.
First Hellstorm we've seen of the year as well. Optic Texas certainly coming to play. Boston Breach, a slight deflated look across the bottom side of the screen, but Things go that way on Skyline sometimes. You know what we're talking about, ranked teammates. It is brutal. 1-0. Boston Breach will have a chance to bounce back in the search and destroy, which, again, could be a lot of fun. Could be a crazy turnaround for things here. But for Breach, not an easy thing to go up against the reigning world champs. It never is.
No, not at all. And something that Optic, the reigning champs, were able to do especially well was transition this hill into the next one. You saw on the mini-map, it was already Shanti able to push out and get the spawns for the P4. And that is the true money hill, and Optic did that perfectly. Both goes around. So this map can be incredibly mixy, but I mean, this was Optic map pick. They showed off that they're able to sort of handle it and keep things under control. And I mean, you know, very reminiscent of Bocage, or the old cage we had in Vanguard. Very excited to see what team comes out and sort of takes the crown, because I mean, Optic obviously making their presence known.
Oh yeah. Great looks across these highlights. Again, a lot of love for the Optic Texas boys. They certainly started to run away with things. Once they got going, once they got hot, they just could not be slowed down, could not be stopped. Snoopy again, one of the players we have a big old magnifying glass on coming into this matchup. Not really as effective as you'd hope them to be there for Boston, but plenty of time to roll things forward. Again, we're going to be playing a game of Search and Destroy straight after this one. And then we go over to Prop Hunt. Sorry, I mean Control. A little bit of a slip there from Miles. God, it would be great though, wouldn't it? Massive work from Pred again on these breaks. Optic was at the rotations, was super solid from 2 to 1. Super solid on the breaks. Everything looked good, except for the Hellstorm.
Well, the only problem with the Hellstorm was his teammates got the kills, so they just happened to be the ones left alive for the fodder, as it were, for the Hellstorm. But either way, clean, efficient work. Shotzi absolutely in his happy place, an absolute competitor on the map, and if he's having fun like that, it means pain and misery on the flip side again. Skyline, as fast-paced as it is, and you get beat down like that, you just feel the heat.
Oh yeah, once they broke away, you can see that after that P3, Optic never looked back. A solid race from them, all the way to that 250 mark. 136, the final score there for Boston Breach. Commiserations, but hey, we move onwards now, again, to that rewind S&D for map 2, Vault Control for map 3, which should be a lot of fun. And then, if we have to go the distance, red card. First time we're going to be seeing that played here in the league, and maybe the last if the vetoes go their way. Optic Chance wanted nothing to do with Protocol. I saw Nameless tweeting JP about that as well. Yeah, didn't want anything to do with that big old map.
Fair enough. It's also worth mentioning, by the way, red card might be the most misunderstood map we have in the CDL. I know you and the community are probably on the same sentiment of like, haven't seen it super often. I've only been able to play it once in ranked play. It might be more of a Bocage map than Skyline is. Like, every single hill on that map is an absolute bang out. The rate of engagements you have can be insane. So if Boston are able to win at least one map in this series, we'll get to see it and see if my point can be proven. But obviously a long way to go before we get there. Rewind S&D for map number 2. If you guys paid attention to the first series as well, we saw a bit of the meta coming out as well, but there's a look at everything we have. Hacienda going to be added after week 2 is completed of the CDL. So here's what we're working with for the next few weeks.
Yeah, again, Protocol and Vault, the only maps to be featured in all 3 game modes. Otherwise, a little bit of red card love for S&D and Control and for Hardpoint. I'm stoked, man. I'm excited. Can we do it for Science, Boston? Can we win a map at the very least? Or can Optic throw for Science? We'd love to know. We as fans want to see it, but we won't be seeing that. We're going to rewind for the S&D, where again, an absolute bang out. We saw that for game 5 in the previous series, and Joe Clint obviously thoroughly enjoying that one. Clint looks good. Proud of Clint. He looks damn good. Looks Joe trim. We'll see who's going to be as trim as Clint in this matchup. Fast-paced map here on that A-bomb site. It is a mix fest. It's a blowout, and there are more brands than I can name. Oh, what do you know? It's Scuff at the drive-thru. Nice. Good job, team. That was great.
And speaking of Maven, he's old enough that he used to be a regular at these kinds of stores all the time back in the 90s. Very familiar.
Admittedly, I was also.
Safe. Yeah, no, that's great.
We can say it. We can say, so they're dead and gone, right? Sure, we can say it. A relic of the past here in the world, and very much so in this map as well. Folks who don't know what beepers are, I mean, the kids, there's a lot of learning to do here. We're going to be learning as the nades are bumping on the approach over towards the bomb site. And whoa, what do you know? Opening gambit here from the boys. Solid work out of Breach to manage to push forward, but you do lose Purge.
Yeah, and Shotzi is already behind you. At least gets traded out, but him and Dashi serving up all the kills. Last man standing is Cammy, who is indeed Cammy in this time, and he's gonna get it. Kenny interested in the chow. Cammy interested in the round 1 win.
That was, again, an exciting round. A blowout that didn't necessarily happen where I thought it was going to go down, and then a 1v1 Cammy versus Kenny. Great looks. One thing we haven't really touched on too much, but I'm sure the COD world is thinking about it. Cammy back on a Treyarch title. Is it too early to call it? Round 2. Here we go.
He certainly had more fun in Cold War than Kenny did, so maybe that's how the tides will turn. But, I mean, Dashy did a great job sort of backing the whole team down, but really just a trade fest. So Optic, I mean, maybe continuing that Skyline pace into the S&D as well.
A little slower this round. Haven't quite hit fast forward yet. I mean, Snoopy's just on the outside of the fight here. Awakening is going to be the man under the amount of pressure here. Shots on the little crossover. Snoopy does manage to get involved on the back line. A big weight brought to his knees. Cammy on the pinch, immediately brought into the fight. Fresh magazine. Snoopy there to buy him the space and time. And Kenny, last man up in this 1v3. Surely he falls here. Boston breach. Delightful back-to-back round.
Oh, that's an absurd pace, too. Snoopy. Hope I don't make that mistake again, but 0 time wasted straight through the middle of the map, ready to go on the flank, and his team just does a great job of slowing things down. Like, you know, big wake inside a courtyard might have just been a free kill, but by the time Optic actually take him down, they just lost every single ounce of map control that was available. So suffocating there from Breach, and I think if I were them, maybe make an A-hit call, try to slow things down, see if you could pick someone up on the flank.
It's hard to control that pace, and one thing I like seeing out of Snoopy there, hit that door, wait a few moments. He played that timing great. Here we go, in towards the A side of the map. And it's not another blowout chance. We've got different looks here on Rewind.
Yeah, and I think Boston very much were ready for some fast flank to roll through, because again, Optic hit that in round 1 pretty quick, but good adjustments made on both sides, and 30 seconds burns, no kills just yet.
Here they come though. Oh no, but it's not the way you thought it was going to go. Trades either side. Shots, he finds another, puts it all down a big wake. 1v3. Demon Joe. What have you got? Stunned.
Not a lot of hope now.
No, rolling together. Wins is 1, but not quite enough. Optic Texas stop the steamroll and get themselves on the board.
Yeah, interesting round as well. I like what I saw Shotzi doing inside of generators, like gets inside but closes the door behind him. That way you sort of like, you know, you stave away some of that intel from the other team. You open the door, see they're closed, think you have a little bit of space. You only have to worry about Zig, but he's willing to do the high IQ things as well as the crazy movement. Shotzi, unmistakably one of the smartest players in the game.
That boy's been on some trajectory since he started things going back in the MW 2019 season. On board with him now. Nades up, won't connect. A little bit of intel passed either way. Ooh, does catch a stun for his troubles. Here comes the 2-2 split from Boston Breach. They're going to run into trouble any second now. Those hedges are about to be full of bodies any second now. Come on, boys. We're on the edge of our seat. Snoopy pops top. Cammy's there as well. Trades are in, and it is a non-stop bit of a battle here on the bomb site.
Okay.
On the other side of the map.
Most clutch player of 2024, Miles. Let's see what he has in the 1v2.
He's definitely got something. Playing that one a little bit slow. Here comes Awakening. Makes it a 1v1. Big Bruce doing what he does best. Full pockets. Snoopy, you're in trouble. That one's for you, mate. A big clutch from Bruce.
That's kind of hard to even get hype about. I'm not going to lie. Like, it's in the cards and he plays it perfectly, but I just don't know what Boston we're doing.
The way the clan tag. Bruce's clan tag's Kobe as well. It just couldn't be more perfect. Ice cold. And a massive round victory there from Optic.
I mean, that's just the Boston special in my mind, though. They had perfect execution, get a man advantage, and then they just toss it away in one of the worst possible ways. So Dashi, I mean, again, perfectly played, but it quite literally does not get easier than that.
But that is exactly what you want for the 2-2 equalizer. Bit of a 3-speed there from Bruce as well. Penny playing a lot of intel, and he runs into Cammy, who once again finds the better of him in the 1v1. Might have been a team fire there, but hard to tell. Red on the inside here. Shuffling here defensively as Optic Texas. This is going to be a lot harder to work down a man. Those trades can't be trades. Here come Boston, looking to make the entry.
Good intel there from Pred as well. Knows the pressure is going to be coming down this B Street.
B Street is not necessarily the chains. Red spots another. Great job on the tactical retreat. Trophy there to help him out at 45 seconds. Spots at least one. Will he go for this fight? Oh, here comes Dashi to help out. Great work from Optic. They don't overcommit, and they manage to make it a 3v3.
Oh, and Dashi had a great pickup as well. Everything going right now for Optic.
Yeah, nades are in there for Shotzzy. Spots that Awakening, might be able to take the fight. Yeah, he does. Awakening in trouble. Awakening down. Snoopy with a bomb still in hand, and he's on the run. Last man. Might be able to get the plant. But this is a difficult 1v2 against two of the finest submachine guns in the league.
Well, gets out of dodge. At least has some timing going his way. But now the question is time on your side? That bomb gonna get defused.
He checks it. He does. Gets away with his life. 30 seconds to continue the dance. Oh my good God, Snoopy's got another lap. Shotzzy. 20 seconds to get the defuse. There's 4 million places where he could be. You may as well hop it, or here comes the corner. They're either side of one another. 10 seconds, and I don't believe it. Snoopy, you have clutched. What a round for Boston.
Redemption for the kid, Miles. Redemption for the kid. Toss the 2v1 he had against Dashi. Makes up for it with the 1v2 for the momentum. And that is perfectly timing as well. I mean, Pred maybe, I don't know, a half a second, 3/4 of a second off of getting the defuse. And I mean, he's just able to catch shots. He just takes a quick little reposition back to where he came from. And the bait ends up being perfect. Shotzzy might get the kill in the end, but Snoopy there to crush that momentum.
It's beautiful stuff. I think there was a lot of players and a lot of fans as well worried about how that. Oh, hello. Okay, Demon Joseph. Oh,
goodbye.
Okie dokie. Is anyone an Optic going to get one? Yeah, Pred. Good luck, mate. He's going down swinging, though. Eyes on one. Going to isolate the fights. Purge gets his second Awakening with 2 on the round as well. Boston Breach. Wind in their sails as they fly forward.
And shout out to Awakening on that one. That's a blink and you miss it. Just rips 2 heads off the opening break and I mean effectively just calls the round. So maybe a little bit shades of what Boston were trying to do their previous offensive round, play for that pressure to be rolling through the middle of the map, and well, that's exactly what happens there. So I'm gonna have to dig a little bit deeper into that strat book. We'll see what they can put together on Rewind.
Hey, I'm enjoying this search and destroy quite a lot. Everyone came into this game saying Rewind was their least favorite map. I am loving it. You take that and shove it. Grab that nade 2. Awakening, will that connect? Oh dear. It's a bang out and it's all Snoopy. He finds 2. Over to Purge. Gets at least 1. Kenny now fighting for his life and he can't slide away fast enough. Another banging round from Breach.
And that is just everybody in the right position. We're thinking those 2 Optic players crawling through mid might get great timing to catch those players by elephant, but Boston simply had all their bases covered. And I think this map especially is nice just because you sort of have different looks in every single direction, different pre-nade spots used to capture different sections of the map. If you want to work flanks, you can do it. If you want to just hit through the center of the map, you have opportunities as well. So different teams are going to be able to build out different styles. But right now, Boston firmly in control, around away, and we're guaranteed a red card.
It's crazy. Come on. For science. For the fans. For the Emperor. Cammy delivers. Pred now trying to catch out anything. Not an errant Boston member to be found. They've flooded to the inside of the store. Bomb site now crawling with them. The hopes of the map on Shotzzy and Dashi.
Right now, Shotzzy is just dragging so much attention, and I was going to say an opportunity for Dashi to find a kill, but those Boston players crawling near each other, there for the trades. But Shotzzy is able to get this bomb down. A tough round of clutch, but he can get it done.
He can get it done. He's got to move a little quicker than this. Oh, he's managed to escape. Purge goes for the immediate defuse, and Shotzzy now, will his spider senses tingle? The answer is nay. Wait, that's map, folks. Not enough. Boston Breach tie up the series there in the search and destroy and guarantee us a red card. A tough one there for Optic chances. Too many rounds where they just had nothing on the Boston boys.
Yeah, one good clutch from Dashy, and outside of that, utterly stuffed. And we don't have listenings for S&D rather, but if I know Purge, I know his comms are amongst the best in the league, and I imagine he was given great directional calls throughout that rewind, especially for the hop towards the end. I mean, the amount of times that Boston are just bouncing back and forth, flooding together as a unit. You need a good commander in those moments, and I assume Purge delivers, but we've delivered ourselves to at least map 4, so very excited to see a red card Hardpoint, but obviously vault control we have to deal with before we get there. And again, we saw it in the first series as well. Those A captures were happening quick, Miles.
Oh yeah, real quick. A site is going to be a lot of fun. We'll see you guys in rank play when it comes to the A hits. We'll be going to Vault next, though, folks, to play a game of Control. I'm only kidding. We're actually going to be going to a commercial break. No, I'm not, guys, because it's a brand new season, and I've just reverted to old ways. We're actually going back to the desk to play with Ant and his Telestrator.
Yeah, this thing's cool.
New things. Love to see it. We got Ant back here with some more conclusions to draw. But Ant, first, let's talk about the big picture. Coming in, Optic's expected to be the favorites, world champions. Were you guys expecting a 3-0?
I'll be honest. I was expecting 3-0, especially when you talk about Boston. The coaches poll came out, and they're at the bottom of it. You know, people are saying they're just not going to be good. And, you know, Optic come out that map 1, looks like everything's going to go great. And then, obviously, map 2 could have been a little bit.
I have to disagree just a little bit, just because Optic Texas tend to do this at the beginning of the season, where they go up against a team where you're like, they're going to bop them probably. You know, they're just coming off of a great season. They have a great lineup, and then they have a few blunders like this. So the fact that Boston Breach took that map 2 isn't too surprising to me.
2 matches. We're guaranteed at least 9 maps. I'm a happy pucky. Let's jump into map number 1, though. Optic takes care of business in the Hardpoint. Ant, walk me through it.
Yeah, so let's jump into drawing conclusions, and let's talk about Optic Texas here on that Skyline. An excellent P2 rotation. We're going to roll this clip here. You're going to see Shotzi. I mean, this guy's absolutely insane. Finds 2 kills, and he's going to rotate towards the back of time. He loses this guy up top, so he knows they have to clean him up at some point. But as it stands right now, currently, Optic have the spawn. So what you're going to see here is Pred pushes up, dies. So then Shotzi is going to get up top here, and he's going to find 2 players right here, kill them back to back, right? And then what happens is he knows his teammates are spawning out. So we're going to pull up the map here in big zoom, and we're going to talk about this. So all his teammates are spawning over here, and he knows that there's players that are located somewhere around him, but he knows that there's only 2 because he just got 2 kills. So he's going to reposition and find a kill here on the back stairs. And what that allows is his teammates to get pushed up closer to time, clean up the last player, and then Shotzi's like a bull in a china shop. He can just go absolutely insane and pick up the rest of the kills to find the streak. So as you're watching it right here, Shotzi's currently blocking. His teammates have just caught up to him, and he's just finding kill after kill once they get set up. Shotzi's an absolute madman when he gets up top here with the SMG.
And there's 2 really big points there as well, and during this clip, is when Shotzi gets that first kill, and then he goes and doesn't chase for it, right? He backs up and plays his life, because he's like, I'm not going to run into somebody's pre-fire. And as you pointed out, his teammates coming in from the front, because of Shotzi's presence right there, they're too worried about him. They're like, we are still missing a player, and Shotzi being the player we're missing is not how we want to go down. Boston's in frantics. His teammates come for the break, and they get the time and the win.
Boston feeling Shotzi's presence. So did Kenny. Let's take a look and see what happened after the 10 streak from Shotzi. Here's how he used the missile, and these new ones,
man.
They go boom. And walk me through it.
I mean, yeah, he calls in the streak, and then I think he was just a little like gun happy here, just sprays it everywhere, doesn't care who gets hit by it, finds 2 of his teammates, but in the end, he ends up taking out Purge. And you can see Bruce is sitting there like, brother,
How did I die, man?
Calm
what
down.
It's all fun and games there for Optic in the Hardpoint, but Boston showing they have a bite in this fight. Some strength in search and destroy, at least when you run at each other and fight in the middle of the map 8 times in a row.
Yeah, I think it's just the way Rewind is going to go for a little bit. It's funny that we got to see 2 different versions of it, because our first series in Rewind, it was very strategic. The offense, as we saw Minnesota Rocker, tend to slow it down, kind of force the LA Gorilla mates to overchow, give some information, and give some space. Whereas in this series, it was just headbutting in courtyard over and over and over again, and who could get the first pick and who could clutch in the 1v1s and 1v2s.
2 games in the books. We're going to at least 4 maps here in our second of 4 series on the day as we get ready for map number 3. Here's a quick look at Boston Breach.
Everyone's got such good intro videos this year. This is great. This is a good year. This is a damn good year. I'm excited. I can't, we'll save it for later. There's certain teams I'm always excited for. They never disappoint. It's always way out of left field. And we'll see them a little bit later on. But that is that, folks. Nameless, great shouts there on everything that happened in Hardpoint. Search and Destroy. Wasn't a whole lot to break down except for damn Sun. And now in this game of Control and Vault Chance, let's find out.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one. Also, just to shout out the burger thing is going to get memed like absolute crazy as well. So excited to see community reactions to that. It's going to be great. No AI songs this time, but yeah. Vault, another interesting look. Ali mentioned how we've seen like 2 different shades of a rewind S&D. I think we might also get 2 different shades of a Vault control as well, because on the offensive side of things, you really have 2 options. Either sort of get that 4-man wipe to capture points, or you send a mercenary in and just go for the spawn kills. So I don't know if I'm thinking on the side of like Optic, you had like a Pred on an Outbag or a Fortress like control. He was the guy. If he gets behind enemy lines, his absolute wheelhouse to cause destruction. So I think Pred will be the player I have my eye on to see if he ever gets past that 50-yard line.
It's a fun sort of style point, you know, harkening back to the MW2 days. Those apparitions of Albagra Fortress running around cannons, running around top at the back, rails. Ooh, scary stuff. I'll never forget the sound, the pitter-patter of footsteps on those wooden floorboards. Nightmarish stuff. See what happens here, though, on Vault. Cammy's grooving and shaking over there. Awakening had his moments. Snoopy, great looks in the S&D. Can they keep things rolling into the Control? We're guaranteed at least a hard point on red card. That's the next map. We'll find out how things go for Optic. Because again, I mean, you come out map number 1, you absolutely body them. You get a nice couple of clutches there in the S&D. It doesn't quite go much better than that, Chance. It's a little slow for them.
Fair enough. For what it's worth, though, like the map pick for the Skyline, that was Optic's choice. So red card is something Boston were very happy to be playing on. So, you know, it's a little too early for the hot takes to come out about on a similar wavelength. It was rewind that Boston were picking, and Optic wanted the red card S&D for the map 5. So at this point in time, the teams are just winning the maps that they picked. Vault Control is that difference maker. It is why Control is and potentially will always be, if not prop on, the swing map, the difference maker in a series. So an opportunity for either one of these green teams to strike.
2 purple teams, 2 green teams. There's not a whole lot more we can do. Aside from that, I mean, even Name was talking about how Linz is no longer on Rocker. Man, it was a tongue-twisting day. And it continues here, folks, with Optic Texas taking on Boston Breach. This is going to be a fun Vault Control. Let's see how things go. You know what? I'm really glad. Just a weird thing here that pool's got no water in it. I'm real glad about that.
Yeah. Whoa.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying, folks? Let's get it. There is a water truck there, though, admittedly. That could be tough. Here we go, straight into the opening gambit, and it's Kenny. And it's actually Kenny who does get those first bloods. The player names are all in the right places this time around. Persia going to find out something here on the side flank. Dashy's Lion cut to pieces, and now you've got an opening to get on a B.
Yeah, and this is a nice look as well. You can consistently club this. You can even run through the middle of the map if you want to. And Purge, nice moves there on Kenny. He does get cleaned up in, well, only a solo capture right now on this B zone. So right now for Boston, yeah, pressure on different points. Gonna be playing for the kills.
Yeah, I love this. So they managed to maintain that presence towards the front side of B. And Awakening managed to get 2 before being brought down. Cammy's still alive. Oh, he finds his. And now the zone still being captured. And there's the coverage from Purge, who is on a tear once again. Second segment of B, long gone. Eyes towards A for Optic.
Yeah, this is just opening break after opening break is just deciding these rounds for the offensive teams. That is insanely clean work out of Breach, and that's basically a solo capture the entire time. So they've been able to strip away 11 lives from Optic, and they have 2 minutes to work with. Boston are setting pace.
Yeah, Boston setting fantastic pace. Snoopy's spree sadly comes to a close there, but he had dealt the damage. Purge now looking for his entry on towards the A zone. A couple of ways in. Plenty of Optic players all around. There's a red dot to chase. Chased. Can't get any more out of it, though. Front side of the A zone, all safe and sound. Whoa! As an awkward gunfight comes to a close. A single life differential right now with the Boston Breach with a slight lead, as they are desperately trying to get in towards A still.
Right now, the Optic are just sort of hoping that they can hold this sort of front line, and that might not last. Shotzzy able to give you 1, but 2 more players to deal with. And if he falls, things could have got out of control, but at least he takes 2 to the grave with him. Might be a little bit of pressure for Optic to push forward. You can see Boston, for the moment, happy for the solo capture.
And this is huge again. Pred, he's got options. He managed to slip past Purge on the front line now. Awakening, he's waiting for the hop up. No one's going to be here just yet. A first segment. No, doesn't get cleaned up. So now you've got a bit of pressure to work with. Pred still on the run. Is this the apparition of Albagra Fortress once again? Looking for the perfect kill, not firing his weapon as well. It's lovely discipline from Pred. Well, Boston Breach still get the capture.
Boston Breach are also like sort of playing TDM again, leaving one guy on the point. It buys you time to work with, but the life advantage that they had is now gone off the back of Dashy. 8 kills in 1 round already. Not too shabby.
Yeah, Big Bruce comes out swinging. Shotzi with the control of the stairwell again. That long cat, an important position here on the map.
Oh, no.
Red and Shotzi finding their respective kills. The final 5 lives of Boston Breach here in the opening round. Oh, an Awakening. Paints Shotzi like one of his French girls. 5 still to 9 in the life count. Oh, last lives now for Boston. And Snoopy, a freebie there for Pred. Oh, gets another one. 30 to go. And Optic, they've cleaned this round up.
And that's a Titanic bounce back. You hate when you screw the joke up. In the second half of that round, Boston had a perfect opening break. They captured the B zone, unquestionably the more difficult one to capture. They had 2 minutes to work with. And not just that, maybe 30 seconds after they captured B, they effectively got a clean 4-man wipe. They get Shotzi off the board. Optic gets reintroduced to their spawn, and despite the fact that Boston had a lot of pressure, not able to deliver. So objective not as kind to them, and Optic very happy for that round 1 win.
Happy indeed. Boston, good looks, man. I mean, I was excited by what we were seeing there from the attacks. Purge playing those cut-off kills quite a lot. Exciting to see, you know, if you can find 1 or 2 more there. I think maybe he's left with a PDW in a situation where he just wanted the aims. Let's see what happens on our next round, though. Breach on defense now. Optic, how well will you attack?
Well, you see no trophies getting thrown, so you can't take that middle route. So they're going to dominate the hallways and send their SMGs on the full flank. So they're maybe trying to set up these spawn trap opportunities sooner rather than later.
That's a tough fight. Purge going to happily take that one. And Dashi getting a bit of work done here now. A slow cap on A. His teammates are here to back him up, but the problem is so is Purge. There you go. Dashi brings him down, buys a bit of time, but Snoopy's the man from upstairs to cause the last bullet, the last bit of damage to end Bruce's run. Can we finish that segment A, Optic? The answer is not just yet. Snoopy's on the hunt.
Yeah, and Optic have to reposition as well. Their opening break was quite literally to get Pred behind enemy lines, and he had a life where he was alive for 30 seconds, and he just died once, didn't get a single kill. So a little bit painful to not set these things up, but I mean, all's well that ends well, and you still have Optic in and around this A zone. So Boston on vault control, not too much of a pressured team, but they're getting at least most of the kills. So Optic's still going to have to fight tooth and nail.
Great work out, Kenny, not just to stay alive, but also keep the catch going. Kenny, lordy, that's a 13 and 9, no EKIA. He's absolutely putting in the work, and here comes the 2-man stack. The capture should be complete at A. 1 minute 43 to attack B with.
And Boston just handling this a little bit slow, but you see their idea is to force the spawn outs as well. Awakening pushing up in that gold section of the map. He's forcing the spawns over towards P2, but on the flip side, Shotzi making moves as well. Spotted on the cross, but as we already know, an impossible player to root out.
Yeah, this is it. Shotzi's in. And now it's Pred. One side of the attack, Shotzi on the other. Look how tough it is to manage the spawn situation. How do you fight out of this, Boston? Now Shotzi's got both weapons. Oh, that's a problem.
And on the flip side, Optic have just been looking everywhere for Purge. You had Shotzi just slowing 3 players down, but Purge has never made a move, and well, Shotzi is making moves. He's just waiting for his teammates to win some of these gunfights. He's on a 5 spree, but his team gets wiped off the board. So Purge and Boston handling this pressure incredibly well. And then, yeah, Shotzi just shot in the back. Optic cannot find the play.
They finally managed to deal with the situation. Now you've got 45 seconds on the game clock. Not a huge amount of lives to work with here, Boston. Healthy B zone still. So for Breach, tighten your belts. Try not to let any more of these lives slip away. Find a corner, any corner, get a little bit creddy, and start to peel back the life count. 10 to 8, less than 30 to go.
Yeah, this is diabolical. I mean, Cammy's just so tucked far and away in her spawn that, I mean, he's just calling out to his teammates. They're all spawning P2. They can only flood through the right side of the map, and Yeah, Snoopy at least directionally knows exactly where to look. A couple players there from Optic to take him down, but 12 seconds left. You got to flood towards this B zone, and you might just be flooding into a firing squad. Good luck with that one.
There you go, Purge. Oh, you had to win that fight, though. That was an important one. Snoopy's there to pick it up. Final few seconds, and that is that, ladies and gentlemen. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's that. There we go. 1-1. As Boston, they find their form a little late into the round, but better late than never. So many corners, so many angles. This map's hard. This is a hard map to play, man.
Yeah, I would love to hear the Optic comms in that moment where like Shotzi's on the 5 spree in the back. He had like 2 players trapped over towards P4, the other guy at the back doors. It was quite literally Purge, the last one missing, and I think he was like underground in the vault or secret, whatever you want to call it, and I think Optic were just struggling to sort of find that final player, and all the time that Shotzi was able to buy just ends up null and void.
Big old spree here for Cameron McGilligan. Can he get himself that Hellstorm? The answer is probably not. It's score streaks here, folks, so you need the points. Say, and that's the end of the run. Pred puts it to bed. The Snoopy there to once again keep rolling things forward, puts Pred down. And there's the slow cap on A and B at the same time. So Boston maintain at least one of these, pull Optic all over the map.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, yeah, Boston really with that type of idea forces Optic to make like important decisions constantly. It's never easy the route you're taking off spawn, but so far Optic handles it, clear out the pressure on B, try to swarm on Cammy over towards A, and Shotzi gives you 2, you get the wipe, he gives you 3, and you're back in your spawn.
Yeah, right back in your spawn. Bad news. Good news, Snoopy's here, and he's not having anything to do with it. Actually, with a big cross, cut down. Cammy's there for it, and here we go, folks. Oh, man. Stop Snoopy into the fight. Oh, we've got a bit of a curse going on right now. As the caster can barely catch a single Optic kill. There's not many to be had, and they've managed to get the first segment on A, and they are flowing through the next.
Shotzi with the left hooked, and then you got the uppercut from Snoopy as the response, and you got to hit the gas on this flank. That A zone, maybe they don't even want to defend it. Shotzi's effectively taking positioning, maybe playing for the late spawns. Or maybe the contest with a split second left. No, it ends up falling, as does every player on Optic but Dashi, who is not actually forcing these spawn outs. They're spawning right behind him. He has no idea.
And that's it. Shot in the back. That's bad news. Big life lead here for Boston Breach this time round. Kenny trying to find at least one bit of defensive hold. There's not a lot. Shotzi's still roaming. Gets his. Optic with a little bit of life towards the middle of the map. Nice work there from Dashi. A top gold. Pressure there towards the zone. No one from Boston nearby. Can they battle out their spawn? Here comes Pred. Hungry for kills.
And it's Shotzi that he's working with together. Snoopy wins a big one-on-one, but he was coming out. 2 players cross through mid, and Shotzi able to get one, but Snoopy might consistently be this bailout. He is still behind you, and that is always still a nightmare scenario.
Yeah, you get at least one head of this Hydra, but there's always another. Oh, don't wake me down. There we go. Speaking of heads, it's Snoopy that takes Shotzi away. Kenny, nice work. Keeps Awakening pinned. You buying time. Purge to the point. Stops the clock. Here comes the counter. Purge caught out. Kenny, what a kill. Over to Awakening, still suppressed. No one able to get close to the zone.
And a wonderful job by the backline player, using the windows on the van to a T. And Awakening really just staying alive. His team is able to work through the middle of the map right now, but really just drawing and capturing Kenny's attention, and it works out. 4 lives remaining.
4 lives remaining, 15 seconds, a moment here. Can Purge get a kill? No, Shotzi catches him sprinting over to Snoopy. Can you do something magical? The answer is no. The young wizard Shotzi dispels that. The mana burn complete, 3 lives remaining. A quick stop of the clock. Wait a minute. Kenny's there for the save. And what a round of vault that was.
That's incredible stuff, dude. Kenny loves those sort of like chow spots. Like that van could blow up. He's exposed to stuns and nades, but he's there ready for the plays to be made. And even though Purge is eventually able to catch him, just right back in the mix. And I mean, maybe on one side of things, Awakening does a nice job to sort of buy some pressure for his team to work up the middle of the map. On the other side of that coin, Awakening never crosses the 50-yard line. Not actually able to get up near that zone, so Shotzi just gets that final cap on the round. And it's that left hook again there on Snoopy.
Watching these two go at it is a treat, folks. Another round here for Boston Breach on defense. Optic map point. Take the lead in the series. And Shotzi, a little bit of A, now a little bit of B.
That's 3 under the feet as well. Yeah, that's just the go button, go to spawn kill, get inside of Art, force out the spawns left, and look at those arrows on Boston. Everybody spawns up. They know that he's here.
Find him. Kill him. Oh,
my God.
One in the back room. Shotzi didn't stand a chance. Wait, here comes Pred. Pred, whoa, he does what Shotzi could not. He finds 2. Now you've got a bit of an option. Do we push forward, try to stop the A capture? Don't think so.
Well, yeah, Pred is useless in these moments other than blocking the spawns, but while he's been doing that, Dashy's been going on a tear. So Pred eventually falls, not having that out-bagger success, but his team delivers that A zone.
Oh, Cammy, what a clutch that was. He saves the zone. Oh, my goodness. Dashy now trying to fight forward, but they've drained the progress. Right back to square one on the final segment. Optic looking for the entry. Cammy catches at least one out. That's good enough for now. Dashy playing it slow and steady. Takes down Purge on the sprint, back in the zone.
Dashy's a machine. I mean, he goes on a 5 spree right back in A, and he's going to be the objective mastermind. And Snoopy off the map as well, but his team at least gets the kills. Finally, though, the A zone secured. A 4 life advantage right now from Optic.
Yeah, 21 lives to throw at B and plenty of time. Optic, can you crack the puzzle? Maybe not. On this wave of attack, Shotzi cleaned up on the backline as well, so now it's all eyes forward. Awkward spot to be in again as Pred roaming towards that backside. Kills on the far side of the map.
Yeah, and he's just yet to sort of find his high impact moment. He's been here constantly, and he's gotten cleaned up every single time. Breach have done a wonderful job handling the SMGs in their spawn.
Yeah, Boston seeming to know, the timing on that attack. They've got some little bit of data to work with there in the regular spots you find these players in. A stun check certainly helps as well, but Snoopy doesn't turn for it. Can't account for all of them. And now Shotzi, oh, he's still running. Still rolling. Single man will be there, stops this clock for a moment, and they line up. It's actually his teammate. Oh, dear.
Yeah, they just can't get anything going. That is, I mean, again, 2 different styles of the game plan. You could set up, be controlled, look for the 4-man wipe, hop the objective, or you send your mercenaries in for the kill, and Optic going the mercenary route so far to no success. But either way, 9v9, you win this round, you win the map.
Here we go. On B. Optic with a capture. Now a little bit of pressure. It's going to take so long to get this one done. Dashy has the connector covered.
Oh, everybody's here.
For a Cammy as well. Yeah, big wins. 3 down to the feed. 3 in the feed. Whether you get the kills or whether you get the capture, that could be the opportunity there. Optic commit. Dashy brings them down. No lives left for Boston. Here we go. Second segment on the way out. Shotzi on the cut-off kills. Boston, you've got to make something magical happen here. Purge finds 1. Shotzi down. Oh my word. Pred's got to stay alive as well. Purge finds 2. Purge for 3. I don't believe it.
And it's a 3v3. You got a round of S&D, but Optic forced to make the moves, but Purge falls into Shotzi's lap. 3v2.
3v2, 15 seconds. Dashy finds the kill at range. Number 7, Snoopy has got to somehow pull it out. There's the red dot. Here comes the final moment. Optic take the lead.
Good Lord, what a vault. I thought Purge was about to do it, but maybe bit off slightly more than he could chew sliding in, but a hell of a play nonetheless. And from Optic, plan A was not working out. Get Pred and Shotzi behind enemy lines. Boston absolutely handled them time and time again. Plan B, slow work the map. Let your ARs get in control. Keep an iron on those power positions. And you got guys like Dashy just ripping heads. Cammy, unfortunate in top art. Nothing you could do. So plan B, effective. Now we get to see a nice little red card.
Little bit of red card. Highlights from this one, ladies and gents. A lot of fun. That vault control. Wow. Did not see that one coming. 3-1 win though. Optic would be very happy with that. Take the lead. And again, it's just what we learned from this one is, again, getting in the spawns. Those guys running the back lines. Very, very big. Also, it seems to me that when you really need him, Purge gets caught sprinting. It's just one of those weird things, man. The timing's a little off. Those boys making perfect reads on him. It's like, damn it, if he just doesn't get caught there. A totally different look from Boston Breach in the whole play. We saw, what, 3 or 4 of them. It's just so tough to watch. You could feel the tension in those player cams as well. But a great start to the season so far for everyone we've seen, progress-wise and performance-wise. Red card now coming up, Chance.
Yeah, and again, maybe unfortunate on that route, but he still makes just a monstrous play to even create that opportunity. I mean, they were down 7-4 in lives, and they convert that into a 3v3, so certainly a hell of an attempt, but maybe, needed to do a better job in the middle of the map dealing with Dashi early on, because he was the one certainly draining a lot of those lives. But a good look at Vault, a lot of different options. We've seen A hits off the rip, B hits off the rip, Boston going for both points at the same time, spawn kill potential on both sides. So it is a map where there is just a ton of things that you are constantly needing to keep track of, but Optic, again, reigning world champs, handle that pressure to a T. But now it's time. I'm on the wavelength. The red card is as much of a bang out as Skyline, or at least going to be close to it. It's hard to really compete with that type of pace, but I think it might be close.
Yeah, it might be close. I mean, look, here we go for science. For science and for fun, red card, Hardpoint. Is it as much of a bang out as Chance expects? We'll find out, folks. Either way, though, good luck to Easy Mac on the stats. I know it's a tough one.
Prayers.
Prayers, man. It's been a real tough series so far. The previous series, maybe not as much, but this one has been a nail biter. But yeah, here we go, man. Red card, Optic, match point for them to take away their first regular season victory, if they can get it. Otherwise, we stay on red card for a search and destroy, which, again, very, very interesting to see how that's going to play out. I think a lot of people expected not many red cards in general, just as a map plays. I think the community sentiment or the player sentiment is haven't loved it, let's say, but who knows? Still a long way to go.
In a similar way to Rewind, though, it's one of those that, like, it feels like if you play a Rewind control, you get to the B zone on offense, like, instantly, and you're like, this just feels weird. But I think they're both maps that do grow on you, because, again, I think people have the idea of red card being like, oh, a Warzone POI. This map is massive. There's 1,000 different angles you have to check. It can feel uncomfortable when you're peeking out and you're like, I can get shot from 37 places. I don't know what to do, but it is a map where the repetitions really become a crucial factor. So this is Boston's map pick. We know they have the repetitions on it, and we know that this is a map that can be played at lightning speed. And I mean, a lot of different sort of themes we have for, like, spawns as well. It's like the good spawns on P2 aren't the good spawns. You can actually get spawn trapped there. Same thing on P3. You can get spawn trapped in the back of the map. So you have to be very delicate. Is Optic Texas not looking to be delicate on their road to Major 1. They want to steamroll the competition and see what kind of sweep they could pull off.
Well, it looks like things get a little dicey for them towards the very end of this run. Cloud9 might be a pretty heavy bump in the road. We'll see how things go. And again, a couple of question marks across these teams. We've seen the coaches' predictions. We've seen the power rankings. And as far as things go, you know, Optic Texas being a S-tier team, Boston Breach being down there in the D tier as low as we can technically go. We'll find out if that's the case. Boston Breach, can you give them the D and force that game 5?
You're trying to give them the D, you got to make sure your big O steps up. Awakening and Cammy gonna have their work cut out for them on this map, because, you know, sort of the anti-Skyline in the sense that where Skyline, oftentimes you'll see 6, 7, 8 Jackals on the map at any given time, depending on the hill. This is a map where you're going to be seeing a ton of ARs being pulled out by your SMG players. So a lot of pressure on your mains to be able to deliver. You know, obviously we know Kenny and Dashi, absolute shooters, willing to chow. You got to bring your A game.
Yeah, A game indeed, folks. Here we go. P1, right in the middle of the atrium, or in the concourse rather. It's a mess. It's a lot of angles again to work with. But it's Awakening and Purge with a bit of a crossfire there. Lovely shots. Those interlocking fields work out as Optic are all down.
That is absolutely dominant, and that positioning from Burt just drags the attention of Optic. They have to spend so much time to clear it out. So, I mean, hey, opening break from Boston is perfect. You have Shotzi with a single kill. Finally, Dashi gets on the board, but this is a P1 that is looking destructive.
Yeah, now you have the counter-attack opportunity for Boston. Right, cool. This is what happens when we lose a man or two. What do? We find our kills elsewhere. And Purge maintains a lot of presence in the middle there. You do lose P2 entirely, so kudos to Optic for that one. That should be all theirs when it pops up in a few seconds, but a lovely opener there. 21 seconds off of P1, not bad.
Yeah, they're losing the gunfights though, but maybe it works out for Kenny. He spawns up on the other side of the map and I think catches Boston off guard, and now Boston heads on a swivel. They're worried about every single direction. And Awakening Purge might give you 2 kills, but Optic ready to pounce. Dashy able to clear out the backside. You got flanks rolling through as well. It's a mini map of chaos.
I mean, Kenny Beckton just spawned on top of those Boston players. So Snoopy's two-piece might help, but for how long? You've got to keep the kills going. You have to keep the space working. And Purge, lovely bit of nice work there. In and out, gets his. And now Optic again back in the time. So all these kills amounted to basically nothing for Boston, who've only just got their first bit of time on P2.
Yeah, they're just cutting their losses as well. Purge takes that deep route to try to flip the spawns because you don't want to end up in this exact spawn trap. Effectively a tied-up game now here on P2, but Optic, for the first time this map, they are now comfortably in the driver's seat. They can control the pace on this rotation. Admittedly, though, they're going to be down a man. Both Pred and Dashy spawn out.
That's a tough, long journey here in Rainbow across map, and they're already under fire. Pred might get a kill. We'll see if that matters much. Where are the members of Boston going to spawn? That's right, folks, behind the hard point. Good luck, have fun with that one. Here comes the breach. Shotzi trying to find kills everywhere, and it's not easy to do, but the ring around the rosy now begins, and he's guessed right for a second. Snoopy and Cammy in the feed again, and the stairwell is full of players. An absolute mess of a hard point, and we are literally levels above and below each other. Chaos here in Hardpoint.
Yeah, Kenny just desperate for a little bit of help, and that help maybe came just a split second too late, but there's a cleanup crew. Pred and Shotzi able to get in, and you do not last because those spawns, oh, believe me, they feel close. You are never a second away from a gunfight on this map.
This might be it, trust me. The calculators are out. We are calculating the damage, and so far Boston happy to take all of it. It's not been a bad hard point for them whatsoever. Still maintaining that lead. Shotzi can't get the second. The breaks are done. New hard point open. And again, Optic have won every single rotation. The first moments of every point so far have gone their way. That hasn't amounted to too much. Good breaks from Breach.
And they haven't turned for the spawns just yet. Finally, they turn around, and well, Shotzi, again, one of the smartest players in the game, in perfect position to get that two-piece, and now they flip the spawns, and Optic clearly heads up about these. So it has been a very low-scoring game, but Optic, maybe for the first time in a long time, might be able to take this lead.
Oh, this is it. From the stage, nice shots at a Snoopy. As we are continuing to hold this pressure, Pred with a lovely long lines of sight, able to pepper up these players on their approach into the hard point. Lovely again, as the kills are there. Awakening no more on that life. 20 to go. You got the lead, Optic. Push it forward.
And so many car bombs as well. The IRA salivating in these moments. McKenny, in the trolliest spot that you have down low stage, more or less just locked up a full 60. So Optic, substantial chunk of time, but I mean, here we go out to the stands, and it'll be Boston's turn to see if they can make this comeback. They got ticket control, a guy in time, and players pushed out both sides.
Your Pred on his ass in the owner's box. Feet are up and enjoying himself, Cammy. You're in trouble now, son. That's right. He's still in there. One side of the map covered. Purge now on the approach. Wait, one more kill might help out here. Does Dashy continue to be a problem? Team fire there. Pred and Kenny now flooding up through, but Cammy with 3 in the feed. That is your hard point, Boston.
And they know they're spawning BS&D as well. You can keep this pressure going, light up the kill feed again.
Oh my word. 30 seconds on this hard point. Can Cammy find any more in this life? The answer is no. Pred's there to cut him down. Now over to Awakening. Next man in. No one in the hard point just yet. Oh dear. That's a good old fight you'll take. Pred keeping the pressure alive as Boston Breach still fighting to take the lead back. Snoopy on a prowl. Perfect time to dive into a listening with Boston Breach.
Take
your time, brother.
Yeah.
I spawn close.
I'm pitching through.
I'm helping left, Lucky.
You're like close.
Dash my spawn stands, right? Yeah, he did. Dash
I'm pitching out.
Yeah. Just there's top window still, boys. You did? Okay. He meant dash. Yeah, I'm H1 weak, I'm just soaking.
H1 dead, bro.
I'm gonna try to try to take it off.
I'm gonna try nade me.
I'm close.
Get Sunday on side.
Pred,
I'm
gonna pitch it, bro.
there's 2 more this side.
Much my ticket. Take it still, right? Take that.
Can you take it, bro?
Yo, Suarez is gonna go left. Yeah, Suarez left.
Suarez that.
Alright, last guy.
I got help from guys.
I'm trying to pick up the right.
I'm on BS&D.
I'll go over mid again. Dash keep mid.
Two bus on me, two upstairs on me. One down, there's both sides. H1 again, last guy, press.
Wait,
Set up to here, okay?
Yeah. I don't see
So
Brad.
which one? So which one?
Is you're low me. Kenny.
Three fight.
I'm staying down, boys. I'm staying down.
H1 dead, yeah, they
Kenny low, Dash.
One even one more front. I'm in that top window. H1, he's gonna shot sidewalk. H2, sorry, H2. Alright, they're all spawned in the back. They're all spawned in the back. I'm nailing across the top.
Nice, already used two.
Yes.
Yep.
H2 got me. One maybe arrow. Do you want me to street?
Nice,
Yeah, I'm shooting, boys. I'm shooting, okay?
One is up swing.
How you doing now? Dash down.
Nice, you shit. Okay, nice, you shit. One diners. One diners. I got Suarez. I have Suarez.
Nice, this spawn be a
And then
stand.
one time,
Try pick up mid. Try pick up ticket routes and shit.
Sidewalk, Kenny, rank you.
H1 dead. Yo, H2 dash.
One shot, that's nice.
Suarez is sidewalk, boys. I spawned
We
here.
spawned.
Old week and then we're running mid.
Yeah, go for it.
Kenny run up mid. Sorry, there was
A wonderful bit of work from Boston Breach. Also very interesting to hear the comms. What the hell is the Suarez? I'll have to ask Cammy after this. But wicked work there, Chance. Not only in the kills, but also the score.
I couldn't tell you for sure, but probably one of the soccer player models on the map. I don't know if it's actually Suarez or not, but we can roll with that.
we will roll with it, indeed. Rolling into the new hardpoint is Optic. They're going to account for... Oh, no. They get one on the front. Here come three players through the back line. Here's Dashi on one. Next up, Purge. Taken care of. Cabruz final three, no need. His teammates are there. Cross 100 points now for Optic Texas. And they're back in this one. 2 minutes on the game clock as well. Keep an eye on that.
Yeah, it might be a game clock game, but this is also just spawn trap central. That actually gives you those two up top. And I mean, this has been maybe 15, 20 seconds spent by Boston. And I mean, they're just making a slow approach around this hill. And I mean, if you build a lead, you can afford to play slow. They do end up flipping those spawns, so they're going to be set up for a stage. But they do trade out a decent bit of time to make that happen.
Ooh, back over to another hard point we go. The stage was very kind to Optic first go around. Here come the Optic boys on the attack. They managed to get in here basically undetected. That means the guns are up close and personal. Oh, Purge finds two food being taken care of. On the Pred. Can he get any out of this life? He's cut the reinforcements off, but they've cut him down. Over to Kenny. As Kenny now battles forward, this is an opportunity for Optic to get in there, but can they get the kills?
He's shooting down low again as well. This has been his home. He got 49, or I think like 50-something seconds of hill time on this one for stage. So Kenny is the stage super soaker. Still, though, you got Boston putting on quite a bit of pressure, but maybe Pred finally set up in his wheelhouse. Does get traded out, but Boston just simply unable to really contest this hill time. And you see Cammy, last-ditch effort to try to slide across, absolutely cut down. Shotzzy utilizing one of those 37 angles he had to work with.
Well, one of 37, still plenty. On the pinch pickup now. Perfect read on a Cammy. That's lovely work from Shotzzy. A 4 spree. And now trying to find one avenue of attack on towards this new point. Forces Snoopy down. Forces Snoopy to back off. Oh, forces Snoopy to just keep on running. Time ticket either way. And this is an annoying gunfight indeed. Snoopy finds his teammate. It's absolute pandemonium on the approach to the hard point. Purge gets it. Breacher in control.
Oh, that's brutal. That's Snoopy at his finest, too.
Pain in the arse to deal with. Both of those boys. So slippery. And here we go. An awkward nade from Snoopy. Trophy doesn't get there in time. It's a big kill on a Kenny. And we're still holding the point. And we're looking across 200.
Oh, and this ticket control is too nice as well. Cammy and Awakening, just perfect coverage. You can't go up the long lanes and try to get towards ticket. Look at this angle you're having to deal with. And if you make it through, you just get introduced to frag grenades landing on your head. Oh, Boston right now having a fantastic performance, but Dashi's pistol is better. Out the game, you get those final maybe 7 seconds of scrap time, but Boston, they might have just run away with this game.
That's massive. That's got game 5 written all over it. Can we close out? Back over to Snoopy. He's been singing here on red card. Awakening at range. Lovely shots into Kenny. Identifies the spawners immediately, but they read him. In the point we go. Can Cammy hold? Red dots on that minimap are absolutely being picked apart by the Optic boys. They've got themselves in. Purge with a deep breath. Oh, but no air in the lungs to get into the point as Optics stay alive.
Yeah, easy pick up there from Kenny, and now it's just all guns forward. And guys like Awakening and taking routes, 30 seconds on P1 is not ideal. You see Snoopy putting the pressure on the time, and Awakening, I mean, he cleans house, so his teammates deliver the P1. Hill time, he delivers the rotation. And he's just able to play so slow on this section of the map. Boston, controlled performance so far on red card, but job's not finished.
Job's far from finished. No one's got time. You got the kills all over the place. Finally, a few seconds going to go the way of the Boston boys, but is it enough? P2 is where the battle will now reign. Purge through that little kick, score, shooty, bang thing. I don't know what to call it, boys and girls, as Purge keeps finding the points. Dance around the hard point. 20 to go. Cammy at range finds his second. An awkward nade. Throws it out. What a save from Cammy. Can he get any more out of this life? As Optic are in, he's still being a thorn. Can he stop the timer? No. His teammates on the respawn. Trying to get to the fight as quick as possible. But there we go. An open hard point. Trying to stay alive as Awakening. As Optic still maintain control.
And keep in mind, there is comeback potential. If Optic can spawn trap these guys in the back, well, they're not going to be able to now because Purge goes on the flank again. Flips those spawns, bails his team out, and frankly, Boston, they can win it here.
Here we go. Will this be it, though? Optic on another attack. Kenny. Can he get in on the point? There's a quick contest. Kills. Yes. Trades. Yes. Game 5.
Eventually.
No, eventually. I'm trying here, boys. Game 5. Yes, here we go. Back-to-back series to start day 1.
Dude, and that map is truly wild. Like, on the engagements front, I think it's still behind Skyline, but like the different styles of games that different players are sort of allowed to have, the map certainly allows you to be annoying in different spots. And I gotta tip the cap to Purge. Multiple routes this guy was taking on P2. We saw him do it time and time again, flipping the map, winning crucial gunfights to make sure the spawns get flipped. And I mean, I think Optic, they had maybe one comfortable moment the entire map. Like, they destroyed them on the first stage hill. Outside of that, Boston just constant nuisances. And again, I mean, the kills, the deaths, the action, constant on that map. And I mean, Optic in that moment simply outclassed.
Look at the stats, are mad across the board. 4k damage plus for both Purge and Cammy. Crazy work. Pred and Dashing their side as well. I mean, everyone put their work in. Dude, I'm not against it. We'll get a bit more data on this, but that's a mad map. Red card. Again, a nice bit of turning points from both teams. Optic with a comeback potential there towards the end, but in the final few moments, it really was all about Boston. Great work. And there we go. An Oboe series. How's it going to close out? Red card S&D in a matter of moments, chance. And all bets are off. Not a clue how this goes. I do know one thing, though. The desk could be on to go 0-0 back-to-back series. What a day it's been already.
Yeah, would be the community too as well. So that might be 0-A down the line.
0-8 down the line. We'll find out what happens in this quick break, folks. When we come back, it's Game 5. Optic, Texas, Boston. Breach, don't go too far. It's an absolute banger. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Call of Duty League. Optic Texas Boston Breach Game 5 in their opener. And I'm glad we brought up openers. Thank you, Mars. You're very much welcome. You're welcome, Mars. Because, folks, that's right. The opening match has been a sore spot for Optic Texas. Isn't that right, Chance?
Absolute sore spot. Past 3 years in a row, haven't exactly had the strongest start. And I remember last year, I think it was a Terminal Map 5 that they lost to against the previously New York Subliners to kick off their season. So another Game 5. Boston, a very different team, but maybe deja vu all over again.
Indeed. Well, Brian, stats for with an absolute banger. Every World Championship squad during the CDL era has won their season opener the following year after winning champs. Empire, FaZe, Thieves, Subliners, Optic. We're about to find out. Game 5. Here we go, folks. Thanks for that one, Brian. That is a brilliant stat. That's a tough one. A curse, if you will, or is it destiny? We'll find out in a brief moment. We stay on red card for all you red card lovers out there and all you red card haters. Whatever happens, someone's enjoying it. That's just the way it's going right now. But all bets are off. No clue how this is going to go down. Red card, S&D, these two teams. Your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah, and while I will sort of give the shout out to Red Card, Hardpoint, it can be a very sort of fast-paced map at times. Like the hills can be bangouts, not in S&D. S&D is going to be played very differently, and maybe a small similarity to Rewind in that you can attack both sites. You do have different options to work with, but with just the sheer size of this map, you can't afford too many rotations to different sites. You can maybe get one or two in a round opportunities to mix up a play call, but I think there's going to be a lot of commitments made by teams on the attack.
It's a big old map. Optic will be the first team to attack. Kenny will be the man to carry that strange sort of biological weapon. It's got a gas fire going on there. We're over towards the A side of the map, and that's where most of Boston are as well. Lone defender at B might have to vacate. And you better hurry up, because Pred's killing your team. He's found himself 2 after the opening salvo of damage is done.
Pred strikes. Now Snoopy's going to be trying to go on flank. Cammy, the lone defender, and Pred at least got the intel, and Cammy trying to bail out. This would be a 1v4, but obviously he's one shot and not able to escape the clutches there of Pred. So Optic with a perfect opening round. Nice little commitment over towards the A site. They just send Pred in for the kills, and my God, did he get him.
He got 3 of them. Is Jackal working well? Do see a little bit of the PP in rank play. It's still good.
Normally, it's a bad sign.
Yeah,
when you see that gun.
Yeah, it's not bad. The Jackal's definitely the pudding. But every now and then the PP comes out, and I'm like, all right. Round 2.
I'm just saying, if I see that gun, I'm waiting for that kid to drop 70 on me. I'm terrified.
Another A hit. Boston pump the brakes quickly here. Optic, they're defending this from deep. Also, they've dodged all the nades and all the stuns. Cammy still holding on to his, and This is tense. I mean, this is shades of MW19 where there are 4 million windows in St. Petrograd. You've got too many things to look at. Snoopy, can he tunnel vision his way into a kill? The answer is nah, brah. He's going to go down. Perch. Oh, big win out Shotzzy. Cammy, though, keeps the team alive in this 2v2.
And 48 seconds left, and this is your one sort of opportunity to make some sort of rotational call. And Cammy and Awakening together are going to be roaming towards the back, but look at how deep Shotzzy is in the spawn. I mean, talk about a situation where Cammy and Awakening have zero information on the map.
It's just too big. It's too big to know. Get those bombs down and go for your 2-man post-plant setup. Strap in and find out what happens. Here we go.
Big responsibility on Awakening, too. He's just been given all the front, and Cammy's playing a cheeky angle to watch his teammates back, but Awakening going to be forced to make this play.
I love what Shotzzy's doing again. 30 seconds to check all this. He's still got a frag. Awakening. Oh, noise. That's a problem. A huge win. Dashy. King of clutch. What can he do with 15 on the clock? Ten. Awakening is never going to let this one slide. Surely. Bruce will get the kills, but Bruce will be evaporated. Or not. Well done.
It just takes the old kills as a consolation prize. Cammy and Awakening making the play. Reposition on point. It's fearful when Shotzzy gets behind you, but Shotzzy went and just took all the space in the world. And I mean, Cammy and Awakening just walked straight into the B site for free. It can be problematic trying to have 2 AR players defend that site, but again, Awakening just gets the drop on him, catches Shotzzy around the stairs, and I mean, that's another theme of this map. If you're rotating from the other bomb site, takes a good bit of time to get over there. So on a retake for the old bomb, you don't have many options. You got to be perfect on that first play.
That's interesting. Yeah, an idea that don't stray too far from the bomb sites if you've got no idea where these players are, because yeah, the return journey is very costly indeed. Dashy's 3 spree, we'll see if anything comes of that. But for now, it's a lot of love over towards A once again. It's Pred's loud, damaged heartbeat finally settles. We're going to rethink the attack. Maybe it's a B hit this time round on the Optic 2-2 split.
Yeah, pressure on Snoopy. I think Snoopy reads this as well. Yeah, all those Boston arrows are turning, and Snoopy, cheeky little angle, and able to get that first kill.
Kenny went for the cross up, and it didn't happen. Oh, Bruce! He bites off a little bit more than he can chew. No, wait! His teammates are there, and Optic in the owner's box. They are snacking. Purge down and out. They're all here. Last man swinging is Snoopy, and he has been brought to his knees. Awakening now in the 1v1 against Shotzzy. The dance is on, and the dance is done. Boston, another good round.
Good Lord. Okay, yeah, Snoopy's a maniac for that. Maniac. I mean, like, no reason in my mind to jump over a player to go for that kill, but that is why Snoopy is built different. And of course, where all the Optic players are looking in the air to try to track Snoopy. His teammates are, in fact, there for the follow-up. Awakening, able to get that final kill. So, I mean, there was an idea there from Optic. Put the pressure over on the A side of the map, but leave that bomb towards B. You fought for the site control, but again, a situation where the front man for Boston, someone has to make that big play. The round previous, Awakening delivers. This time, it was Snoopy. Well orchestrated in search thus far.
Yeah, very exciting. Seeing these players step up for these big heroic moments. And they're never doing it sort of too much of a selfish way. It always pays off for the team. A little bit more of a quiet opener this time around. We've still got a lot of frags in the back pockets of the Boston players. Now we wait. 1 minute to go.
Just trying to get intel, and, well, there's eyes on one. He's gonna connect it. Nades are perfect. Dashy doesn't get out of dodge, but where he falls, Cammy does get traded.
That is it. His teammates are getting banged up around him. Purge, lovely reposition. He's got a lot of space here to play with on the top side of the map. Snoopy a little further out. He's trying to recover the bomb now. As Kenny has no idea how close these players are to him. Whoa, there you go. Snoopy, surely this is yours. I say surely, and it is indeed. Last man alive, Pred.
He just wants the timing. No, he wants the kill, and he's going to get it bombed down 17 seconds. And Purge has to hunt down Pred.
He has to. He got no idea.
Turn the tides.
Pred's on the run. Check that bomb site any second now. You should be good. Purge will get the plant. And now the battle is on. 1v1. Will Purge be caught sprinting? Kind of. Pred does absolutely nail it, and that's the equalizer. Patience pays off. What a round.
No, that's a clinical play as well. I mean, that is just like a sort of nice and standard. Pred doing the perfect thing. Gets a kill on the opposite side of the map, goes for a full reposition, and he gets in the angle in the post plant that he's just able to trap him in. You can see if he runs out to the left, and nope, catches him running out to the right. So Pred bounces, does everything you want him to in that moment. Round count tied up at 2-2. So on the rewind, we had a Big Bruce 1v2 clutch to tie the game up at 2-2. This time it's Pred clutching a 1v2 to tie up the round count 2-2. And after that on the rewind, it was nothing but Boston. Optic want to get something done on an attacking round.
Will this be the one? Very standard look, as we've come accustomed to in these 4 rounds of red card. Boston way back, way back. They've given up a ton of map. They're going for a full retake scenario here. Cammy catch. Cammy caught. Shotsy now. Oh my word. Oh, the glass! That's gonna sting. First blood Purge.
Yeah, red dot chasing. Not ideal. Just too tight of a setup coming in there from Boston. But Cammy gets caught again in back-to-back rounds. So we do have a 3v3, and Pred with this pressure on the B site, are you wrapping the bomb here or just letting him make the play? It looks like Optic want the team here in the mix. And they're going to have this site control.
Snoopy calls it. Too many players to deal with though for Pred. Purge now up close and personal. Pistol in hand. There's one. Oh, and Bruce, so much damage dealt, but enough for Boston to clean up the round. Massive work out of Purge.
Yeah, Purge is dancing with them, man. I was expecting, like, Optic got 3 players here. You got Snoopy on defense sort of by himself, but Purge doesn't even need to wait for that third and final teammate. He gets in the mix straight away, and I mean, this B site in my mind is absolutely diabolical. The amount of different corners and spots and whatnot you have to check. Granted, that's the entire map, but not a fun place to be, and Purge takes full advantage of it. Just out here playing with confidence.
So much confidence, and again, he sees the game plan and he executes as best he can. And when it works out, man, it is unbelievable stuff. Big fan of the newcomers here to the CDL, the relatively rookie. Perfect stun connects there. Purge will be pushed back for a brief moment there as Kenny and the boys, again, holding that line quite deep. RC out. We'll see where it's going.
Just that silent little buzz roaming the map and getting you a first blood.
Oh, it's got hops. It manages to dodge a little bit of space. I don't think it got any damage there, but it you know, creates a real bit of discourse on the map. You have to look for it. You have to be aware of it. And Cammy, your barrel is going to protrude there, son. That's a problem. Shotsy in the back. Might be able to catch out a few more here. Oh, Snoopy shoulders. And what a gunfight this is. Frag grenade to slow him down. Dashy sent in for the kill, takes care of Awakening, and there's the final. Optic, beautiful work.
Yeah, that round is absolutely cooked. At the second Pred gets that first blood, you look at the mini-map, see the position that Shotzi's in, and you go, oh, this is all but a guarantee. And Pred 10-3 as well, so I mean, a 1v2 clutch to keep his team in it. Gets a kill or 2 in that round as well. Shout out to the first blood. Pred machine-like and just feeling his lips.
Hey, man. We've all got our things. Nervous. Yeah, definitely a little bit nervy. I mean, there's a lot on the line here. It's the stats. It's the prestige. Winning champs and coming into your first matchup. And we're at 3-3 in round count. And this is a nail bite of a red card indeed.
This is the exact same strat we saw from round 1, by the way. Pred was roaming up top over by the hedges rather than down low, but same sort of style. 3 players trying to put on this pressure.
It's tremendous damage again. Already dealt to Shotsy. He's banged up. No one's going to be there to capitalize on that work done, so you have to slow things down again. Dashy just dealing with shadows, dealing with shoulders. Immediate tactical retreat. Might be able to catch Snoopy here on the play as well. Big Bruce, what timing! Good gunny as well. 2v3.
He won the flank fight. His team lost the bomb fight, but 2v3, as you said, and Pred, that's his 11th kill so far on this map.
Makes it a 2v2's Cammy and Awakening. Oh, Pred, you're so close. So done. Down and out now. Over to Cammy. A little bit of teamwork gets the dream work done. Oh my word, folks. It's another. It's 4-3. Can Optic tie it up again?
And just gonna remind people, we saw the breaking point coaches poll. That is a massive respawn bias. A lot of scrims when they take place, you do a little bit of S&D at the start of the year, but you're grinding through the hard points in control. So maybe people were looking at Boston thinking they're not as big of a respawn threat, but their S&D, at least right now, if they can finish, looking clinical.
Only 4-3 though. It's first to 6 in search and destroy. That's good golly. What a tense game 5 this is.
Oh, Shotzi is already... Yeah, I mean, just ran it down the middle of the map. That is a ridiculous first blood.
Making a ton of noise, causing problems all over the place. Oh, Snoopy makes it a 3v3. And Kenny trying to push the advantage now.
Oh, poor Kenny.
Holds it.
Oh, poor Kenny. Can't get anything to go his way.
That's tough. Down to Shotzi and Dashi. Shotzi started the round so strong. Oh, you may have seen another one. Awakening, did he spot him out? I think he did. He's backed on up. They're trying to take care of Dashi on the other flank as well. Dashi dealt with, all down to Shotzi for match point Boston.
This is so tough. Shotzi didn't get spotted either, I don't think. He had a free flank in that moment, but just assumes that he gets spotted, hoping Dashi can make the play, and here we are in a hopeless situation.
I don't know, he might be able to make something happen here. He's going for it. Slip sliding into trouble, Boston. Match point. Eyes on the prize. One more round.
And you have Shotzi getting a first blood on red card in the first 10 seconds. That is not an easy feat. He finds the timing through the middle of the map. We've seen Purge play that spot behind Ticket every single time. And in spite of the fact that Shotzi gives you that, complete round collapse by the rest of the team. Optic, we have seen when they are at their worst, it is because of their S&D. And they are one round away from starting off their S&D on this year, 0-2 to Boston Breach.
But what a way to start their year with a big comeback like this. 3 straight rounds. Let's find out if we can write that story for them. Shotzi, nice opener there. Purge with immediate trade through. And again, it is absolute chaos, Purge. Here in the final moments. Can Purge find his third? No, he cannot. Big bit of work from Kenny and Shotzi there. They find it. Here comes Cammy now to immediately push the trade. Nobody home, though. It's Cammy's 5th in a row. Now in the 1v1 against Dashi for the map. King of Clutch. Catches an 8! Cammy! Boston Breach! Take game 5. And they hand Optic the L. What a way to close out the start of the season for them.
Yeah, how about that for D-tier, man? The first time in CDL history that the reigning world champs lose the opener. And Boston able to get it done from the depths. A 2-4-5, a clinical red card hardpoint performance that I know the green wall is going to be salty about. And then an S&D where